Israelite Community in Dimona in the south of Israel claims that immigration police was inspecting businesses operated by community members today, asking people to show their residency permits. They argue that it's another way for the Israeli government to make their lives miserable and push for their deportation. The Immigration Authority itself, on its behalf, says that the officers were there for a completely different reason. For more on that, we now want to turn to Ashriel Moore, spokesperson for the Dimona Hebrew Israelite Community. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, and good evening to you, and good evening to all of our viewing audience.
So police call this a regular check on businesses. They're saying that your claims are basically absurd. Have you seen anything like this before in the city, or are you insisting the timing is not coincidental?
I was born and raised in Dimona, and I spent 30 years of my life there. And I've never seen immigration police at any point in Dimona moving around. But I'll tell you something more interesting than that. If it was an ordinary check or a random check, then how come only businesses that are ran by the Hebrew Israelite community were inspected? And how come only businesses that employed Hebrew Israelite community members were inspected if this was just a random check? I'm not buying into that. I know that this is not a random check. I know that it's either one or two things. Either they're kind of looking to mark off the businesses that don't at this very moment have anybody who's up for deportation, and so they could be able to kind of minimize their options. Or on the other hand, they're just trying to get a wider scope understanding of where all of our businesses are, so that they could be able to make it easier for themselves once they do begin the deportation to be able to just arrive at the very specific points, because now they have a very clear understanding of where these places are.
Ashriel, let me just read to you and to our viewers the response by the Administration of Border Crossings, Population and Immigration. They're saying that there was no activity concerning the Hebrew Israelites from Dimona. Enforcement staff conducted an operation at a factory in the south to locate illegal residents, and by chance, Hebrew Israelites from Dimona were at the location. 2 Georgian nationals were detained at the scene. It is regrettable, they say, that in this case as well, baseless claims are being presented as facts. What's your response?
You know, it's always good that in the age of social media, we have the ability to capture things in real time, so that when we get these kind of